is Danny from Made of Metal, aka Britain's Strongest Drummer, and I'm here to talk about what happened at England's Strongest Man under 80 kilograms. On Sunday the 12th of June, 21 of the strongest men in the country descended upon Kaos Strength Gym in Preston to battle it out for the title of England's Strongest Man under 80 kilograms. We had some familiar faces from Britain's Strongest Man 2021, we had some new faces, and we had the big return in Tommy Chivers, his first strongman competition back since 2019. It was an incredibly efficient 5-event competition with a world record thrown in for good measure. The competition kicked off at 10 AM and we were done and dusted by about 20 past 2 in the afternoon. Did that quick turnaround of events take its toll on some of the athletes? Let's find out. The first event was the axle floor to overhead, as many reps as you can do in 60 seconds, and there were 3 weight options in 75 kilograms, 105 kilograms and 120 kilograms. Somewhat surprisingly, quite a few athletes no-repped their barbell, resulting in 0 points. However, taking the win on his big comeback competition, Tommy Chivers, with 6 reps and tremendous overhead technique. That push press just looked effortless. Moving on, we had the 15-inch axle deadlift, 4 reps with 2 weight options, 195 kilograms and 255 kilograms. So there were quite a few athletes that managed double digits on the 255 kilogram barbell, but the runaway performance of this event goes to Rich Molnar. Perhaps no surprise there. He didn't quite get the 20 reps he was shooting for, but finished with 18 reps. Then there was a break in the proceedings for all but one athlete, Josh Lancaster, who was going for 2 dumbbell world record press attempts. So Josh did it, taking 96.7 kilograms for the under 80 world record and then boosting that to 100 kilograms to be the pound for pound best dumbbell presser in the world. Event 3 was the farmer's carry, 40-ish meters, 2 drop and turns, as quick as you can, 60-second time limit, and another event win for Tommy Chivers. Despite almost taking himself out on the warm-ups, he managed to complete the event in just over 16 seconds. This was a very tight event all round, with minor mistakes costing dearly in terms of points. But the event that really shook things up was the Sandbag Toss over a 4.5 metre frame. There was a series of 5 bags starting at 13.5 kilograms, ending up at 22.2 kilograms. This is the same setup they use in the official Strongman Games, so a real test for the athletes. There were some impressive performances, particularly from the world's strongest twins, Tim and Joe, who took 1st and 2nd place in the event respectively, though I know there were a few athletes that probably aren't too happy with how they performed on this event. Certainly for a lot of them the power was there, it was just the positioning, the overall technique just didn't quite click on the day for whatever reason. And we finished off with the Sandbag Carry for max distance, 20 metres back and forth, 100 kilogram bag until you drop it. And the standout performance on this event goes to the mean green vegan machine, Andrew Keys, with an astonishing 210 metres. It really was a tremendous performance, and it didn't even seem like he slowed down until he got to about 180 metres. And that performance got him within qualifying for Britain's Strongest Man, so well done, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Go easy. Yeah. Go on. Yep. Nice. Quality.
So after all was said and done, on the podium we had in 3rd place Rich Molnar, 2nd place Josh Lancaster, and 1st place 2022 England's Strongest Man under 80 kilograms, Tim Daglish. So in terms of my predictions, I wasn't too far off, so I'm happy with that. In 4th place we had Joe Daglish. He's already qualified for Brits, so the qualifying spaces go to Tommy Chivers, Thomas Hume, Connor Cowans, and as I mentioned, Andrew Keys. Though I think I've heard that a couple of those guys can't actually make it to Brits, so those qualifying spots may go to Matt Wally and Lewis Blackwood, who finished in 9th and 10th respectively. So that's the competition as a whole. I myself finished in 16th place. I have mixed feelings. I'm happy about certain things and I'm kicking myself about other things. I was one of the athletes that no repped on the axle. I opted for 105 kilograms, which in hindsight was a mistake. I have hit that weight in training. I've tried it 3 times, hit it once. I did give it a good go on the day. I had 2 decent attempts that I nearly managed to lock out, but it just wasn't there. I should have played it safe and gone with the 75 kilograms, but we don't regret decisions, we learn from them. I did better in the deadlift. I managed to get 2 reps at 255 kilograms, and honestly, 4 or 5 weeks ago, I wasn't sure I'd get 1 rep, so I can't be too disappointed with the fact I got 2. Unfortunately, on the farmer's carry, I did drop, which lost me about 3 or 4 seconds, which it kind of hurts because I think I came in at about 25 seconds. So if I hadn't dropped, I would have finished with a decent time. I think quite a few guys were about 20 to 21 seconds, but again, it's one of those things. I rushed the pickup, stumbled, and that was that. The sandbag toss went pretty much exactly as I expected it to. I got the first bag over and gave it a damn good go to get the second bag, but it's just not there. It's not something that I've been able to train as it is in the competition. I've got a stick that I put in the top of my yoke, and that's my height marker. So, you know, it is what it is. And the sandbag for distance, I don't know how far I carried it. I know that I carried the bag as far as I could. I know I didn't choose to put the bag down. The bag dropped, so I couldn't have done any more. But I think mentally I was probably a little bit checked out. Perhaps I could have pushed a little further, but I think by that point I just wanted to be done and dusted. But to put all that into perspective, my expectation going into England's Strongest Man, looking at the stacked lineup, some of these athletes are insane. My goal would have been top 15. That's realistically what I was shooting for. I came 16th. I know if I'd gone lighter on the axle, I definitely would have been within the top 15. So it was there for the taking. I just, silly mistakes on the day cost me. But next year will be a different story. So that's going to do it for my roundup of what happened at England's Strongest Man under 80 kilograms. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I've been Danny from Made of Metal, aka still Britain's strongest drummer, and I'll see you next time.